Hello, my name is Al Button. I am the Director of Quaboag Driver Education in Warren, Massachusetts, and I'd like to put together a few videos for you with my friends Connor and Kyle, and we want to give you some opportunity to see online on YouTube how to do some of the maneuvers that are required by the Massachusetts MassDOT road tests for the RMV. The first thing we're going to do today is we're going to back up along the curb, and Kyle's going to show us how to do that right now. Okay? Take it away, Kyle. Hello again, part 2 of this. We're going to show you guys at home what it looks like when you're in the car, and Kyle's going to show you exactly what to do when you're backing up along the curb. For the most part, he's going to be looking out the back window, but then he can spot check quick glances into this right passenger mirror, because that will tell him his alignment next to the curb. But you have to look back for just about all of the time, and then be able to look in this mirror to see how close you are to the curb. Take it away, Kyle. Notice he's looking straight back, and then he glances into this mirror. He's not going to use the gas. He's only going to tap the brake. He's just going to drag the brake a little bit, and he's going to keep the speed of the car super slow, and then he's going to keep your vehicle within 12 inches of the curb, which is the mandated amount. And it's about for 50 feet, 30, 40, 50, stop right there. Super job. Thanks. Hi again, we're going to do drill number 2, and that is to perform a 3-point turn. And so what he's going to do is anytime you come off the curb, the MassDOT RMV really wants people to do 3 things all the time. One is you're going to do a signal, check the mirror, and look back into the blind spot. What we call that is a signal mirror look back. You have to do a signal mirror look back every time you come off the curb and join the roadway, or you change lanes. That includes a drive-through at Dunkin' Donuts or anything like that. Signal mirror look back, look into the mirror, signal, look in the mirror, and then look back over your blind spot, over your shoulder, to make sure that everything's clear. So right now we're going to perform a 3-point turn, and Kyle is going to do a signal mirror look back. He's going to go right across the road as far as he dares to get to the other side without touching the curb. Then he's going to use opposites. He's going to use opposite gear, opposite wheel, and he's going to look in the direction the car is traveling all the way back, then stop the car, and then proceed left and make a 3-point turn. You're reversing the direction of the vehicle with this maneuver. But this is a mandated maneuver for the road test. Kyle, take it away. Okay, so here we are in the car. He's going to do a 3-point turn maneuver once again, but from this point of the vantage point is that you can see exactly what he's doing from inside. Kyle, take it away. He's obviously got the signal on to the right. Now he goes over to the left. He's going to put the car into drive. He does signal mirror look back. He does hand over hand steering, goes all the way across the road as far as he dares. Remember, this is a dangerous maneuver because you could have vehicles coming in both directions, trucks and whatnot. Now he does opposites, but gear then steer. Gear then steer, very important. He's looking back to the rear passenger window. He can see the curb from his vantage point at that point. Go ahead. A little more. Awesome. And the opposite gear, then steer. And he's going to take the car and he's going to go proceed correctly. And you can look to the right there before you take a left. Some of the road testers want that to see that happen. And you can stop right there at the stop sign. Well done, Kyle. Okay, one of the maneuvers on the road test is to secure the vehicle on a hill. And when we do this, what we teach is secure the vehicle on the hill. So there are 4 things that you may need to be concerned about. Well, the first one is he or she is going to tell you, please pull over and park. You put the signal on right away, you pull over so that you're within 12 inches of the curb, and your signal should remain on. If it clicks off, put it back on. Then, so that's the one thing. The first thing is the signal. Then, what we're going to do today is we're going to make believe that we are on an uphill grade. Therefore, and we have a good curb, so we're going to make sure that the wheels go in the correct direction. So it's uphill curb, left always, in addition to the 4 things you want to be concerned about. So right now he's got a signal on, he has the car in park. I suggest while your hand is down there, you pull the emergency brake without the button, because you need the ratchet to get it to the top of the swing, and then he's going to move the wheel to which direction, Kyle?
The left.
To the left. UCLA is uphill curb, left always. That's a super job. At this point, we want to make sure that the signal remains on, and at this point, he's done. Now, the only time you move the wheel to the left is uphill with a good curb. Otherwise, the wheels all have to go to the right, you see? So if it's downhill, the wheels go to the right, curb or no curb. It doesn't make any difference because you want the car to roll off the road. In case of going uphill with no curb, the wheels go to the right because again, you want the car rolling off of the road. And that's predominantly it. The only exception to going to the right is uphill curb left always. The wheels go to the left so that basically if the car rolls, it's gunk against the curb and it stops right there. And that's the uphill, secure the vehicle on the hill. They may only say, park the car. And in which case you have to know if you're going to park the car on a hill, then it needs to have all 4 things to be completed. I hope that helps. Hi again. Now we're going to do the granddaddy of them all, to the parallel parking. It really isn't as hard as it looks. It's just that you need to know a couple of steps that are involved with the process, so that way you can see the points of references and be able to make good decisions based on what you see and what you see the car fitting within. So basically, there's 3 separate maneuvers. I have the kids stop in between all 3. It's not a one fell swoop. It's not a one motion thing. You want to do this in 3 separate maneuvers. The first thing I want you to do is repeat after me: right, straight, left.
Right, straight, left.
You can do parallel parking if you can say those 3 words. So the first thing we're going to do is put the car into reverse. He's already got the signal on. He's going to put the car into reverse, and he's going to move the wheel to the first direction. Now I think our cameraman is going to back up a little bit so we can see this from a different vantage viewpoint, and then we're going to get you guys back in the car to show exactly what he does. Hello again, we're inside the car now for the parallel parking from the inside view. And one thing you want to understand is you want to be about a half a door away from the car that you're sliding up next to. And in this case, we're using the cones in our oval loop, and it's an off-road site that we use here at Quaboag. Feel free to come down and use the loop for what you can do in practice, because I leave the cones up. They're not the greatest of cones, but then again, I don't want anything getting stolen anyway. So at any rate, you come in here and you have your signal on, because that's going to mark your territory. It's going to keep that space open for you. At least the people behind you should know that. And what you're going to do is you're going to be within about a half a door away from that cone. And what you want to do is put your rear tire right next to that cone, which represents the back corner of the car that's in front of the spot that you want. Kyle, bring your sound in. Just perfect. That's awesome. He puts his signal back on. Super. A little bit more. Well, man, right there. Fantastic. Kyle, that's fantastic. And now, right now, the directions, remember, are right, straight, left. He put the car in reverse, his signal's on, he uses hand over hand steering to come all the way to the right, and then he's going to back up for 5 seconds. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, stop. And if he's done it correctly, meaning that the cone was next to the back rear tire, and if he's backed up for 5 seconds, he's got about a 45-degree angle, then this mirror should be directly across from the corner of the car, in this case, the cone. And it is. Super job. Second direction, and it's a half and a hole with the wheel, so it's a half a turn, and then it's a whole turn, and now you're in the middle, and the wheels are straight now. And he's going to back up so that the front of the car is behind those cones, or the back of the car. He's going to back up a little bit more. Right there should be just fantastic. As you saw in the video, it worked quite well before. And he's going to come in. Now what he's going to do is, he's going to look back through the back window, and he's going to check this right side passenger mirror for his alignment and coming in so that he's within 12 inches of the curb. You notice that he's adjusting as he comes in, but it's just super. And right there, he's looking in this mirror to see his alignment to the curb and to make sure that he is straight along, because it is parallel parking, and that means that you are parallel. And if you finish this task and you tell the road tester that you're done with your maneuvers by putting it into park. And there's other ways you can do this. If you come in too wide, you can do opposites. So your opposite gear goes to drive and opposite wheel goes to the right, and you can pull in and then out from the curb if you wanted to do that. Or once you are all the way up there, you can actually back in from the right and the left and do all that. But today, he's within 12 inches, so he's fantastic. He moves the car into the middle of the spot, which is where you want to be if you're really parking the car. Now, if you have to move the car forward, one thing you must absolutely do to get out of this spot is to move it backwards. Kyle is now going to show you that. You put it in reverse, you put the right signal on, and what he's going to do is he's going to look back, yep, right signal, look back through the back window, and he's going to look back. He's like, 1, go ahead, look back, 2, 3, stop. And there at that point, you may stop the vehicle and then look up, because you have to look in the direction the car is traveling. Now, to come out of the spot, you're actually going to do the exact opposite of what you did to come in. Coming in was right, straight, left. Going out is going to be left, straight, right. So the first direction, he's got his car in drive. Make sure that happens first. Gear, then steer. Left signal is on, all the way to the left. And he's going to clear the front of the car from the vehicle in front of us, or in this case, the cone. So he goes all the way left, clear the cone, and now straight, and now right. And you're going to stay on your own side of the road, and you're going to completely avoid the car that's in front of you when you pull out. And that's parallel parking. Okay? You may contact me at abutton@quaboagrsd.org. I will answer any specific questions you have in regards to the road test or driving in general.